Big timers, I'm back and I got big news for you. Now I got Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk coming up Saturday the 25th. I got Anthony Joshua taking this one, guys. Yes, I got him being able to hit Usyk with some big power shots, and I got Usyk getting overwhelmed, and I got Usyk getting backed up for the first time in his career. We saw it a little bit of it against his fight with Derek Chisora, and I think Anthony Joshua is going to be able to take advantage of some holes in Usyk's game. But I do feel Usyk is gonna cause Anthony Joshua all types of trouble early in this fight. Now, I don't put it past Usyk to get a dominant victory or even be able to outbox and maybe even hurt Joshua a couple times. But I do have Anthony Joshua taking this one on the scorecards. Yes, on the scorecards. Now, I was able to run a poll on Twitter to see who you guys had winning, and 75% of you had Joshua taking the fight over Usyk. Okay, Alvarez and Caleb Plant. We are talking about some real shit happened. Canelo apparently thinks that motherfucker means you talking about his mom. So that means he pushed what's his name off gate. He pushed Caleb Plant off gate. Caleb Plant tried to follow up. As you can see, hold up, watch it. Wow, bang, bang. And this is just, you know what I really liked about Caleb Plant is that he's not shying away from this opportunity. Obviously, there's not a lot of people giving him a chance to win this fight, but he genuinely believes that he can do it and he can beat, Canelo Alvarez, and he can shock the world, because that's what it will be. It will be him shocking the world, because I obviously don't have him picked, and there's a lot of people that don't have him picked, but besides the people within his camp and himself, he believes that he can prove a point and that he can probably cause the biggest upset in boxing this year. The reason why Caleb Plant is such an overwhelming underdog is because he hasn't really fought anybody of Canelo's level. I mean, if we look at the resume, you have Jose Usky, who just lost his last fight. You have Caleb Truitt, who's old. Yes, he's a former champion, but he was old when he fought Caleb Plant, or old period. And then you have Canelo Alvarez, who's seen a Caleb Plant style before. I mean, you've seen him beat Aries Larianda. You've seen him beat Billy Joe Saunders. You've seen him beat guys that try to box off the back foot, use distance, use the ring to their advantage, use lateral movement, and try to simply outbox Canelo. We've seen him walk people like this down. We've seen them hurt them. We've seen him land big, powerful shots. That's why he's such an underdog coming into this fight. Now, I'm not trying to doubt Caleb Plant or his ability. I mean, he's a slick boxer, great boxer, has speed, has the height, has the reach, and maybe he can bring something to Canelo that he hasn't seen before. He does have a lot of confidence. He's not going in there for a check. He's going in there to win the fight. So maybe he can bring something to the fight that Canelo hasn't seen. Maybe he can cause Canelo all types of problems. Billy Joe Saunders was, and Lord knows Aries Larianda was able to cause Canelo all types of trouble and all types of problems. And maybe Caleb Plant can do the same thing and even do it to an extent where he can possibly beat Canelo Alvarez that night. But we're just going to have to see. I mean, we all know that Canelo Alvarez is improving every single fight, and so is Caleb Plant. So, this is a fight that he says that he's been waiting for a very long time. So, I can't wait to see what he brings to the table.
It came with a lot of conditions. Poison that got in your system. Boy, he done shot through the ceiling.
Another big fight we have coming up is your boy Ryan Garcia versus Jojo Diaz. Now, I really like this fight. This is a great fight for both fighters. My only problem with this fight is Devin Haney. Both of these fighters were slated to fight Devin Haney after their previous fights, but none of them stepped up to the plate. And for some reason, Devin Haney cannot get a big fight. When Jojo Diaz beat Javier Fortuna, it was supposed to be Devin Haney because he was the #1 contender now. When Ryan Garcia beat Luke Campbell, he was supposed to fight Devin Haney because he was WBC's #1 contender. But time and time again, Devin Haney gets a short end of the stick. Now, this is not to say this isn't a great fight. That is a great fight, but I'm just stating the fact. Now, Jojo Diaz is coming off of a big win versus Javier Fortuna, and you have Ryan Garcia, who's coming off a big win versus Luke Campbell. I love this fight. This is a great fight for both fighters. Now, listen, after that fight between Jojo Diaz and Ryan Garcia, hopefully we get a much anticipated fight with Devin Haney or even Teofimo Lopez. Now, I know Devin Haney is still holding that kind of interim title because, as you know, he is the WBC champion, but Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion of this weight class. This is a confusion mess that goes into why we have so many belts. There's so many belts dilemma with the WBC and the WBA and the WBO and IBF. That is their doing completely. But hopefully, whoever wins between Jojo Diaz and Devin and Ryan Garcia, we can finally get a fight with Devin Haney. I think that's going to be a good one that I'm going to love to watch. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.